surprise motherfuckers face reveal. Yeah, basically, the point of this video is that for some fucking reason there was a presidential debate in a Discord server. So I thought it would be a fucking brilliant idea to record it. So I'm gonna edit it a bit. It's a complete fuck up by all means. I fuck up. The fucking candidates fuck up. Everyone fucks up. So enjoy the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and yeah, follow me on Twitch.
Good afternoon, everybody, on the Homesexual server. I am your host, Josh, from Korean Central Television. Oh, here he is, the great leader. And today, we have the crucible of democracy in our midst. Today, we have two candidates facing off to be the president of this fine server. Not as good as home. God bless our glorious leader. But anyway, we have at the table today many different news organizations representing multiple different countries from around the world. We have the BBC News. Banger. We also have Channel 5. It doesn't have a noise thing, so we're just gonna make one up. Yeah, will do. CNN is joining us as well.
Oh, I can't wait to touch this little boy.
The Cormac News Network providing stellar news as always. We also have, from the fine corners of the internet, a man from Buffalo, New York, Daniel Keem and his Drama Alert.
What's up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's go on to the news!
And there, the dulcet tones of Daniel Keem, known as the rodent to many. And then we have Sky News.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I didn't even get to click me on mute button. What was happening, kid?
And today, all of our esteemed journalistic candidates, not candidates, fucking, what's the word? Audience, we are going to move on to the candidates at hand. Today we have two fine candidates brought to us by the vote held in this horrible shithole place. We have candidate Murphy.
What is happening, Sean?
Proclaimed by many to be a fine young gentleman. A fine specimen. He just enjoys a drink. And we also have a man of the people for the second candidate. A man who could probably outsmoke me. Or Nelson.
Yeah, boy!
You gonna wait for us?
And today,
We
have
smoking beaters.
the floor today to ask these two fine candidates multiple questions and see by the end of it who will be the leader of the Homesexuals. Obviously until Tiernan decides he wants to coup them.
Go,
But
Jordan.
Irregardless of this, we now move on to the questions. The questions have been fielded from various forms of candidates, mostly Adam's DMs on Snapchat, but we will forget that. And we will get on to these fine questions, coming from multiple different places. The first one coming from the Cormac News Network. I can't read. Candidates. How would you deal with a possible case of racism in the server? As an example, if a person of colour is being prejudiced or harassed, how would you deal with this? First one I'm going to throw it to is Candidate Murphy.
Thank you, Josh. See, in my eyes, racism, most terrible thing that ever exists, can be comedic though. In the sense is that you only have good intent. Listen, there's Anyway, so in the light of racism, that is fair enough. It's a bit of banter. If it's asked to be taken down, it will do so. within the next 5 minutes. If not, someone's getting taken out back and fucking shot in the head. If it's higher up racism, that is forbidden in the server, in my eyes. It should not be tolerated.
Candidate
If in
Murphy then
doubt, vote
putting
him out.
forward quite a
Quite a strong,
brave
quite a
stance
strong,
there of dealing
quite a
with the
strong stance
racists.
there, now.
And now we hand it over to candidate Nelsie.
Right.
See
I
his
want to
take on the
thank
situation.
you. I want to thank you very much, Mr. Blee. As always, if you want to take the doobie, go ahead, my brother.
God,
It's for you, right? My stance on racism, I think it's completely diabolical. It's out of this world, right? I believe any person that tries to be racist against the people in our group, especially the, I think they should be wiped out.
Preach, sister, preach.
I'm telling you, especially see the Turkish. The Turkish people are lovely people, but when them Turkish fuckers want to mess with our pigs, we can put them out if we want, right? But only with reason.
I'm out. If
Only
in
with
doubt, kick
reason.
him out.
Only with reason. That's my
And that
stance on
there-
racism, guys.
That there is the pitch coming from Mr. Nelson, who will now no longer be able to go to Ankara or any Turkish city for that matter, bless them. But we shall move on, for there are multiple questions. Democracy is not just one question. The second question coming from the current Führer of the server, or glorious leader, Tiernan, because if you make a mistake as president, you lose, you die. Currently, the server is going for a democratic rule. Will there be any changes in the political status on the server, for example? Will the candidates stay on the side of democracy? Or shall they venture over towards communism, fascism, monarchism, many different forms of isms and tisms? Will this server stay a democratic server, or will it be hijacked? For this first question, candidate Nelsie shall have the floor.
Okay, so my stance on that question is I believe that we should be completely democratic. I don't believe that any autisms or activisms or smallisms should be brought into the equation, right? I believe fair and judgmental judicial systems should be put in place. I guess that's the word. No, for example, whenever somebody has an allegation, a problem, right, we should be putting them into a call together and we should be making them settle their differences. Bit like a fight, but without the fighting.
Rather progressive touch. Rather progressive touch there from the candidate. And now we move it on
I did not understand
Mr.
one word of
Murphy.
that.
I didn't understand any word of it either. That's why I tried.
It was quite close. It was actually not too bad. To Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, Josh, again. I believe in the same thing as Jordan does here with the allegations and such. However, I think we should be a democracy of not just the smallest people, but also the higher people too. Everyone should get a say in what should be changed and what should be added in the server. I feel as if everyone should have an equal right to vote for what they want and what they please.
Quite a forward-facing touch. A
He's got my vote.
democratic bastion we have found ourselves in. No room for socialism, unfortunately. You evil bastards. The North Korean TV will be having its way. But I cannot speak for my masters. What we have is two men standing for the democratic right. So, we move on to the next question. By our Robert, bless his heart. The only presidential debate night question. My question is, our Robert, how will your role as president change anything about the server? What services are you willing to provide? And how will this benefit the server and the people within it? For this, I'll give it the R. Christopher first.
Thank you again, Josh. Fuck you, the RTA. Right, anyway, so I think the role involved, whether it becomes me or Jordan, we will vote well because we know what is right and what should be enforced and what not should be enforced. We will make sure any word that we get tossed will be put up to the higher ups above us and be questioned about. This will ensure majority votes over what can happen and what won't, and we'll have complaints that we will surely deal with.
Pretty forward-facing. movement there.
Okay.
Quite an important thing on the ballot.
That
Pretty
was so
good
much
answer,
louder.
I would say. That would be moved on now to to candidate Nelsie. See how
Thank
he
you.
deals with it.
So, I just want to let everybody know that I believe that we should all be fairly treated, as Christopher says. Any problems, as he says, we should be brought to us and decided what happens, between the president and the admin, as there is actually no higher up person than the president, as Christopher should know. No, know what I mean? So I believe that we should all get a choice and a say in everything rather than just the higher ups. No,
May,
rather than just the presidents and the admins. I believe that even the lower people, even just like Adam, do you know what I mean? Because he's at the bottom of the tree. Do you know what I mean?
may I interject for a moment?
We have an interjection.
Oh,
Oh,
We
well,
have an
that's okay.
interjection, ladies and gentlemen.
So, why do you say there's no higher role than the president? In the physical term, yes, we are at the top of whatever the servers' roles are.
Yeah.
However, the higher ups are the ones with the power. The president
Yeah,
gets the
no,
power
I
to break, not
understand.
to
Oh,
change.
yeah, I get that there. But what my point is that
Well, through
there's no real higher up than yourself and the admins. So the higher up is between you and the admins, and there's no point saying you can go to chat to people that's higher up than yourself whenever you are in that there circle of higher people. Do you know what I'm saying?
But it still makes people feel more
CIA for the
confidence.
win.
The
If
secret
you-
police are being called out here. If this happened back home in Korea, we would be shot for such crimes.
Yeah.
My God,
Listen, I
I
understand.
love democracy.
I already explained this in my video for a presidential election. That actually, no, I cut this part out because it'd be over 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so fuck's sake. Anyway, what I said in the video that I cut out was, I said, even though
Man's
my
just here for
very...
clout.
Fuck off. Anyway, as I said in the video,
Language.
here, I believe that we
Objection.
should have a right to speak our word and what we want. If you don't support that, I do not respect that.
No, I
People simply
support what
speak
you're
their words.
saying there, now, Christopher. But I was just trying to make a point forward of my own claim. Okay, apologize
There's
for.
two very separate points coming from the candidates here, quite similar, but I've broke it down to basically Christopher.
Mike wasn't
See,
fucking
Two
recording.
very different points here.
Up Holy Cross.
We have to see which one wins. Whoever picks who will have the choice. The
As-
next question
Oh, okay.
we'll be moving on to because fuck you.
Take off your
I
glasses
hate
this
this
time.
shit. Yes, so I can fucking see. Shit. We've got three from Christopher. He's on it tonight, boys. He's got three questions, but we'll go through one at a time.
Rigged.
Le précédent.
No, listen, any of the questions I did not think of, by the way, they were sent to me and I sent them straight to Adam.
Alright,
No
the first one's
proof.
already been asked. So, the second question. There's actually four. I'm retarded. I can't read. Anywhere, where were we?
Dyslexic.
Is, even though it's our fourth, will you make an oopsie as president?
That was me.
An oopsie. A big no-no, a fucky wucky, an oopsie daisy. A big mistake, a no-no. Candidate Nelsie.
So, I will not be making no oopsies, no flopsies, no dopsies, no tipsies, no topsies. The only thing that I'll be bringing to the table is fair and honest marketing, and fair and honest trade, and fair and honest.
That's my mayor.
What? Sorry, I like to hear the people's.
That's my mayor.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, I
Your
want
tie
to
looks
bring fair
shit.
trade to the people. I want to make sure everybody gets a fair go at everything. There's no point having an elite system where people are decided by elite people. Everybody should be getting a decided vote and everything.
Up
That's just-
Rosa Parks.
Your tie
Yes,
looks
my
shit.
win.
Rosa Parks.
So much talk of egalitarianism and equality, a communist would blush. Next to Christopher.
Up,
Thank you,
Christopher.
Josh. Yeah. Anyway, I believe in the same rights as Jordan does over here. I believe everyone else, shut your fucking mouth. I swear down. I'll take it back and beat you a sledgehammer. Anyway.
Unoriginal ideas.
The police state being
Unoriginal.
shown here. We like to see
Police
it.
brutality.
Unoriginal.
Anyway, listen, I believe in the same things as Jordan does over here. He's a good man. If I don't get voted, I'm happy he's going to get voted.
Man supports the UDF. Man supports the UDF.
He's a Protestant.
No,
He looks like a bee special.
No, I support the Irish Republican Army. They know
Arm?
how to
Irish
do
Republican
best.
Arm.
Irish Republican
Yes.
Arm.
Yes.
Irish Republican Arm.
Man definitely
And
supports the
the old
PIRA.
Now listen, I will not make no oopsie, no toopsie, no ipsy dipsy doopsie, lads. I will make sure this server stays right, and I'll make sure everyone gets their word to every single powerful being. No matter
So,
if I think it's wrong, no matter if anyone else thinks it's wrong, it will still go up and be decided.
Eve, so we have a
I
question
can actually
of
kind of respect that.
people deciding in this if they don't do if buts or maybes, but they do absolutes.
Yes.
If their auntie had balls, wouldn't they be their uncle?
Yes, if you're
But they
gonna have
don't,
balls, should be your
so they
granddad.
didn't.
Is that a
You
line
know what
from
I'm trying to
Matilda?
say?
If you're gonna
Because
have balls,
Sadio
should be your
Mane.
granddad.
But anyway, less of the football, more of the politics. God forbid I spend my life
It's the
doing
same
this
thing.
shit. I hope I'm never ever a fucking radio host or anything, because I would shoot myself in the head. Another question coming from the popular vote.
Go Robbie Williams.
If you died and you seen the pearly gates of heaven, or Saint Paul or Peter, I can't remember which one, is stood there, Saint Peter, and he says to get into heaven, but a good enough Catholic or Protestant, or, no, I don't care what you are, your whole life, but you have to do one thing, one small tiny detail before you enter past the pearly gates and see the family that you've been waiting for all these years and all those dead dogs. You have to eat a live mouse.
A what?
A live rodent mouse.
Scran.
A mouse?
Not the tank. Not the tank called mouse. A mouse. With the little fingerways and the little hands and the
Aye, I would eat
the
a mouse
paws,
no bar.
and they go. What is the candidates' ideas of what is their reaction to such a quote? Obviously, Jordan just answered, but I'll give him the floor. If he wants to expand.
I would just say,
You can have my floor.
I would say, Mr. St. Peter, sir, Mr. St. Peter, I would love that mouse. I would say, can I please take a bite of that arsehole of the mouse? And do you know what I mean? I would love to get into heaven. It's a mouse. You know what I
Losing
mean?
your point here.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
no,
That's about the rum.
it's for the people. Do you know what I mean? It's for the
Eating
people.
rat batty for the people. A
Like,
thing I never thought I'd
Can't
ever
get
hear.
more
But anyway,
noble than that.
we
I'll say
cannot
if I
get
have
much
to
more
eat
noble.
rat
than
You can
ass
eat
that.
my ass.
For the people, I'll eat
Right.
rat ass
Who said
for
this
the
one?
people. It's only fair.
You eat
I'll
rat
say-
ass for the people.
I've
And we
said
also
both
now
ways.
we move it on
That's
to
scary.
Christopher and see what he would do with the scrannage that has been handed into him.
You see, I find it'd be a trick question because why would heaven make you want to eat one of their beautiful creatures? They pass into the afterlife.
Unfortunately for
Beautiful.
me, I am not the man who.
Religious
question.
prick.
He believes
I
That's
simply
my
am not the
president.
man who's not.
Dick.
If you have a problem with the
No.
man with the question,
No.
you'll have to ask him, and that's going to be
No.
quite hard.
No, listen, that's not the message I'm trying to get across here. The message is
I prefer
would
Harry Potter.
why would I sacrifice something else for my own gain when I can sacrifice myself for rat's life or mouse's life?
But no, I have to.
A man willing to sacrifice himself
Is he
for the
just
road
is he just
to the
talking
gates of
about killing
heaven.
himself?
A selfless candidate.
Suicide's a sin.
He's suicidal.
He's suicidal. He's
boys,
not going to
listen,
heaven.
Maybe the
stop.
presidency might get voted in and not last too long. God knows.
No,
CIA
listen,
might pop him.
Listen, the
Objection.
message. No, whenever you're if you're at the pearly gates, are you not already dead? I will sacrifice my will to
Aye,
get into
but
heaven before that
It's,
rat's
like,
life or mouse's
it's
life.
either heaven or hell, isn't it? Like, no, what I mean? Like, if they give you a rat, you're top of the food chain.
It's just getting very dark,
I mean,
boys.
No,
Was
hold
it
on,
always
hold
I
on,
will
hold
say
on,
this.
hold on.
Technically,
Wait,
there is a
listen.
third option of purgatory where you just sit there forever and do nothing, which is
I've
basically
noticed
my
something.
life on Earth. So you get
I've
shit.
noticed something. I've noticed something here.
Do
Listen,
nothing, man. You know what I mean? While everybody else is in there dancing with fucking heels around their hair, like, you know what I mean? You have to eat the fucking mouse.
I just
Kevin
noticed
looks
something
like
here.
actual X on a night out.
Here,
What?
I've noticed something here. Jordan's just after saying you're at the top of the food chain compared to the mouse. Now,
Mhm.
what does that mean? He believes in a society that has different tiers rather than everyone being equal.
No, I'm just
Holy
talking
shit,
about
that's a good point.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about it in a statistic figure. I don't mean it figuratively. I mean it statistically.
But
No,
aren't
I
the
mean-
roles statistics based on
No,
how
but
much
like-
you interact and how
No,
much
listen.
trust you have?
No, life teaches us right that there's levels to the game. Do you know what I mean? There's us, and then there's like there's like a tiger, and then there's like a crocodile, and then there's like a fucking monkey, and then there's a bird, and then a mouse. Do you get what I'm saying?
He
Do you know what I
Did
mean?
you just call a monkey?
This man has to support rats. He's got holes in the wall. He loves Ratatouille. He fucking looks like him.
But listen, here,
He's just best
Show the
friend.
rat hole.
you believe I'm a different level, but there's this one story I always remember, or this one animal. It's a bird, and that bird gains from the crocodile, and like crocodile gains from the
Is
bird
it up
because
there?
that bird cleans the alligator's mouth or crocodile's mouth, and it chooses not to eat it because it stops from rotting its teeth.
Cool.
No,
I'm sorry, but
that
what was the original question? I'm very lost.
Same.
Well,
No,
the original question was, I'll get back to the fucking.
Oh,
what
you know that there's a
whatchamacallit
glory hole in the background and we're talking
no,
about it?
If you died and seen the pearly gates of heaven, but St. Peter said to get into heaven you need to eat this live mouse, and he handed it to you, how would you react? What would you do?
Is this not the question from Peter's game? Oh, is this not covered?
Of course, RT doesn't know what's going on.
The RTE, of course, behind on things. But,
I'm behind on
uh,
everything, my friend.
As
But,
usual, type up channel
Always
5, type up
supporting
of
the
course,
wrong
Korea
side.
television,
Jordan.
Of course, North Korean television always ahead of the game here, boys.
That's
So
because
the
your game's a
next
lie, you
question-
Squid Game looking fuck.
Speaking of the next game, you will be shot for your crimes. The next thing of games we speak. The next question includes a game, and I forgot it already because I'm stupid.
Mario Kart.
How long a wee second?
Just like a
Pretty
Korean.
much a game. The game of survival. Because the next question is, what would you do if aliens invaded? Christopher?
Oh,
Floor is
thank
yours.
you. See, if I invaded, nah, I just fucked up.
Right,
Anyway,
what?
anyway,
No.
nah.
Go. Get him going. Get him going.
We could edit it out.
What kind of president can't even
Christopher?
speak?
No.
Our show host's a Korean who can't even see.
Oh.
Anyway, so if aliens invaded, friendly, same as a democratic policy. Why treat them differently when they're coming down to us?
Well, I think in the question it already answers that with this. It's an invasion. They invade, they don't just
Close the
appear.
borders.
So the aliens have now declared war on us.
Listen.
What is your reaction?
Build a space wall.
Build a wall. Woo. Oh, wait, wrong guy. Wrong
That's
key.
my
Space
president.
wall.
Make the aliens pay for it all.
Even the glorious leader of my lovely nation hasn't thought of such things. Clever idea. Now to Nelsie. See what
That's because he starves his people.
To be honest, right?
Western propaganda.
If the aliens invaded this earth, I'd probably let the aliens just invade the place, right? Just to see what they do. I'd hide obviously about the place. Just to, no,
We like a
hear
good
me
pussy
out,
strategy.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me
Hide
out.
in the walls.
No, hear me out, right?
RT.
I would just observe the bastards for about 10 years, right? And then I would see which one's a female and fuck it.
Whoa!
That's my president.
That way then.
From an alien invasion to interspecies breeding,
Yeah,
we've gone a long
exactly.
way.
Exactly.
Fuck's sake.
If you do what I mean, just to see if that bitch comes out of the win, and then we can
Boys,
show
I'm starting to struggle to support this.
You know what I mean,
Like,
like,
even
Boys.
RTE is struggling.
you might as well.
I have a
You might as
question.
well fuck it.
The
You might
RT
as
doesn't
well.
stand for anything, though.
Here.
That's the thing.
Jordan, I have a question for you. What if she's a stinker?
It doesn't matter. Any hole's a goal.
In the name of science.
Ah!
Any hole's a goal. Any hole's a goal in the name of science.
Oh my god.
You're talking about what's the wrong hole? The guy's got holes in his wall.
Any hole's a
You
goal.
relate your cock from
Yeah.
the
That's a glory hole back there, boys. I need to
your cock
The next one is coming from Snapchat. Somebody with a fucking patch
Does your president shit?
background. There's a few quick-fire ones. We'll go through these ones. Are you on a list?
Of
Any list?
yes, I'm on a kill list from the area.
Oh my god. Oh my
The RTE supports that.
Christopher, are you on any lists?
No, I'm not.
He's on Epstein's list. He's
No,
on
I'm not.
Epstein's
That's
list.
I see
No.
that.
Can you get me a link inside, boys?
I'm a
Can you
farmer.
get me a
Jeff,
link
what the
inside?
fuck?
Epstein's Island.
He's on
Even worse.
Epstein's list. I can
Do you know
Boys.
the secret knock?
Boys, I'm a farmer. I was growing the plants.
What does Stephen Hawkins look like?
Huh?
No,
Oh my
the,
god. Hawking Stephen, lad.
Bebop, bebop. Am I right, my guy?
No.
it seems like
he's
we're
mad.
taking an advertisement break.
He's
Yeah.
Back now with the debate from earlier. We have some
that soundboard
some
needed
questions for the
some Chinese
candidates
input, by
left
the way.
before we end this debate. We have some quick fire ones. The other ones are some rather deep questions. These ones are going to be rather quick because I can't be fucked. We have some questions here of... The first one is, where do you keep your toaster? We'll start
Fuck's sake.
with Nelson. Where
I
do you
keep
keep the toaster?
on the counter. So they
On the countertop.
on the countertop.
Christopher?
On the counter next to the kettle.
Next to the kettle.
Get a quick cup of tea and a wee bit of toast.
Oh, I have mine next to the kettle and then a blender beside it and a block of knives.
Get him out.
Plenty there. Plenty there. A
Yeah,
man of
yeah.
means.
Man's
If we're going
about
depth
In what
here,
way-
real quick. If we're going depth quick here, air fryer next to it as well.
Aye, well, we've got 2 air fryers and they're like R2D2, so fuck you. I will actually show you the air fryers too, and they're actually mad.
Here, send me after this year. I'll put them on the
I
video.
put
I'll
the
put them
air
on the
clip
video.
man.
See these 2 air fryers, man, they're mad.
Clip man, The next question is, what way do you cut your toast?
Triangles.
Triangles.
Two men very similar. You'd almost think they were related. What foot do you kick with?
Right.
My right.
2 right footies. No lefties.
No
Sadly
lefties.
not.
My left hand, see my left hand though, my left punches a lot better than my right. But I'm right-handed.
You can draw with one hand and knock you out with the other. Happy days.
Yes.
Church off.
Speaking of that, you're not left or right-handed. Which foot do you kick with?
You asked that.
My right foot.
You asked that, Josh.
Shit.
Please.
Don't do drugs, kids. And now the next question is quite an important one now. Derry or Londonderry?
Derry.
Derry.
Fucking Nara.
Dora. That's right, Dora.
Dara.
Dora.
Dara.
And the last question for this entire lovely debate that we've had, where we've got to explore many different aspects of the 2 candidates. Fucking... Was 9/11 an inside job?
Yes.
It was. I have one extra question here.
Crash and burn.
Jordan,
What?
do you support the South?
Of course I do.
Right. How do you say tea and sugar in Irish? Gaeilge.
I don't know.
Tea agus sugar.
Hey.
He's proven his Republican
Okay,
credentials.
Okay,
or la.
I have
Our
one more
day
question,
will
boys,
come.
from the side
We have
from
a
the
question
sidelines.
from the
One
sideline.
last question.
Go ahead.
What is your opinion on the Korean government?
It is
I
the
love it.
best government ever.
My phone
Right, Jordan
is
lost my
actually
vote.
in similar places.
And I think with such a great piece
Up
of propaganda
indoctrination.
that we will clip and play to our people for all eternity, we
You
can
mean edit?
finally end this discussion.
It was a pleasure, Josh.
It was a pleasure, my
It was a
friend.
pleasure with the 2 candidates here, one of which will soon become our glorious president.
And if I don't, I'm going to piss because they edit down and cut out the M word and also clip in the fucking the air fryer and
Skill issue. Up, Jordan.
I'm doing the work, but whatever.
Well, that was a fucking catastrophe. Yeah, I realized halfway through the video, and you can see in the fucking edit, that 1, my mic wasn't recording, and 2, as I was editing, I realized my mic was extraordinarily quiet. That's what I get for recording through the video. So, yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this bullshit, then expect none of it ever again. After this, I'm gonna go right back to animation. That's it. This will be the only thing you see of my face unless you tune in to my streams at twitch.tv/stumble_dio. Yeah, bitch. It's always a fucking plug. But anyway, yeah, I'll have Christopher's channel linked in the fucking description because why not? It's not just Christopher's channel. There's other people on it, but yeah, I'll link that in the description along with my Twitch. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing my ugly mug. I didn't, so yeah. Follow me on Twitch.